Hi loves, you will always be burnt out if you're doing something that is not in line with who you are. I hope you watched last week's video where I was talking about how me shaving was such a deliberating act of freedom. Today I want us to talk a bit, not a lot, a bit. So today we are talking about beyond burnout, redefining rest for sustained Christian growth. When we're talking about burnout, is basically you doing things over and over again, probably following the same routine over and over again, and it gets to a place it is just routine. You're doing it because you gotta do it. It doesn't give you pleasure. It doesn't give you any satisfaction at all. We can talk about burnout when we're talking about people who are probably doing careers that they don't like. They're just doing it because at the end of the day, they're adults, they have bills to pay, and I gotta do this, right? As much as sometimes it is paying well, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. You wake up every morning and sometimes you wish Monday would just go away, and weekends are the best time, or holidays, or when we have something that will cause you not to go to work, you are super excited and so overjoyed because I'm not stepping in that office. Some of you are actually earning a lot from your businesses, from your places of work. So when we're talking about redefining rest is you taking a time back from all the busy schedule that you're having, from all the things that are going on, and just sit down and ask yourself, am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for God? Am I doing this for people? We tend to do so many things. We tend to be everywhere looking like things are working out for us, but at the end of the day, they are not good for us. Many other times we have pleased people, pleased our husbands, pleased our wives, but it is not beneficial for you. You're doing everything to please them, but you're hurting yourself. Where we're talking about the burnout, over and over again, doing the same thing, expecting different results, but getting none. I remember seated alone. What I'm talking about sometimes resting. And I asked myself a very important question. Who am I doing this for? Why am I doing it? And my answers were very simple. I'm doing it because there are people that need to hear a story from a broken another person and just encourage them and tell them it's going to be okay. I'm talking to people who are coming from very disadvantaged backgrounds, like myself, and I'm here to tell us that we can arise and become better, and we can be more than the background we are coming from. You might be in your lowest, even when you're watching this video. Probably you will watch this, and a lot of people do a lot of motivation, but I am here to tell you that it's okay. It's going to be fine. The future is not defined by your current situation. Random thought that came, I was like, you know what, I'm wasting oxygen, because what's the need of being alive, of staying breathing, if I'm not impactful? And I still was in that place of resting and just asking myself, why am I doing this? And I remembered that I almost took my life because it felt so valueless. It felt like I wouldn't have anything to offer anybody. Now that I'm a mom, a wife, living a life that is not perfect but is great based on where I'm coming from, I am grateful. And today I came to encourage you and just tell you, burnout is gonna be there, because majority of us are doing things not because we want to, because we have to. Moms have to take care of their children because they have to. If you are dating someone, married to someone, you have to do things because you have to. But sometimes, because outside the roles that we play, we also have our own selves. And there is something unique about you, something that you value, something that you would want to do. So if you want to go beyond the burnout, there is something else about you that is very unique. You have needs that are very peculiar and specific to you. There is a mandate where you feel like, if I could do this on top of me providing, on top of me going to work, I would really be okay. So today when we're talking about rest, we're not talking about you sleeping. Remember, our topic is talking about rest for sustained growth. So you cannot rest and grow. True or not true? But the rest I'm talking about is the rest where you come to a place of realization and be like, it's not about the school fees, it's not about the rent, it's just not about meeting the daily needs anymore. It is beyond that. It is me actualizing, me becoming who God called me to be. Because if I am doing that, I will actually make more money. I will actually attract the right people, as opposed to when I'm seriously putting my hands to work. Because I believe God is not unfair. I believe that God put greatness within us. When I read the word of the Lord, it says that before I was formed in my mother's womb, the Lord knew me. He predestined me to be a prophet to nations. He called me. The Bible says that He has a plan for me, to give me a future with a hope. What does that talk about? It talks about God already knows who Marion is. God knows who you are. He has a plan for you and I. So what does that mean? And I am not preaching. I'm just trying to show you something, and I'm going somewhere with this. It means that when we tune into the frequency of heaven and just tap into what God has for us as a plan, then we will not struggle as we are right now. I will not be tamarking, looking for work everywhere. I will not just study any course. For those that probably already have studied, probably that's too bad for us. But we will not just go to school and do anything. When we are forcing our children to do some courses, we won't just do that, because we understand that God has a plan for them. So it is about us to rectify, because probably for us that wasn't the reality. But let us work towards working on that for our children, so that they don't have to go through the struggles that we've gone through. It is good you want your child to be called doctor. It is good you want your child to be called lawyer. It is good you want your child to be called engineer. But my question is that who God called them to be? They will work hard. They will experience the burnout we are talking about. They will never be happy, even though they have the wealth. And that's why majority of us that have the titles, that right now are living the dream that other people would admire, we are not really satisfied or happy. So when I'm talking about resting so that you can have sustained growth, I'm talking about you just coming out of what is ordinary, what is common for everyone, and just taking a step back and asking yourself, wait a minute. Aside from everything else that I'm doing, because I am getting tired every day, am I really satisfied? Am I really happy? Am I doing the mandate that God called me to do? Because then, after you do that, if you are lucky to realize who God called you to be early, then you can take a step back and be like, wait a minute. I need to restructure my life around probably 1, 2, 3 things, because I know God has called me for that. And that is where now rest comes in. Because listen, when you are walking in the plan of God, you don't struggle to make money. You don't struggle for doors to open. The Bible says that your gifts will make you to dine with kings. It is that thing that is very unique to you, that God has put in you, that will cause you to dine with kings. So it's not about the hard work that you're putting, and please work hard. It's not about the study that we are doing, and please study. It is very important for us to be intellectual and to be sober. But I'm just here to tell us that sometimes we need to take a step back and be like, wait a minute. I need to actualize. But for me to do that, I need to walk in the plan of the Lord. Majority of us start actualizing at 50, at 60. Why? Because we now understand that life is not just about meeting daily needs. So if you want to overcome burnout, I know that I've done a video about it. You can go and watch that. But today I just want to tell you the truth. You will always be burnt out if you're doing something that is not in line with who you are. When I'm creating content, I usually feel so excited. Do I get tired? Oh yes. But burnout is far away from it because it is my place. I feel like I can talk the entire day. But when you tell me to do anything else, I will push myself. The thing that I have learned about human beings is because of survival, we know how to adjust and adapt. You can go somewhere and just adapt to that environment and flow. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for you. It will take a lot. But because we learn to adapt and survive, majority of us are there in our daily lives. And that is what is causing majority of us to be burnt out. Because what we are doing is survival. We are actually doing the work. We are actually surviving. We are adapting to the environment so that we can make sure that we are getting the money, we are living the good life. But it is because also, again, society has taught us that we need to work hard. We have been put in schools and we have been made to compete with one another. Competition is always in our mind. This one I need to be better than you. I need to do better than you so that I can be applauded. You know, when I'm creating content right now, I feel like, oh, I need to do better. I need to compete with I don't know who and who, but we are not walking the same race. We are not running the same journey. And that is why probably for me it might be more difficult than it is for someone else who is doing something similar or probably something different but is also in the content creation space. Does that mean that they are better than me? Not really. Does it mean that I am better than them? Not really. It's just that we are attracting different audiences, we are meeting different needs, of course, and that will happen. That will always be the truth. If you want to overcome burnout, please ask yourself what God made you to do. Then work towards that. Resting when you are doing the thing that God called you to be, oh, it's amazing. And the growth will automatically be visible. It will be so easy for you to do things. You're like, oh, this one is not difficult because it's something that you can do over and over again because you like it, because you love it, because you enjoy it. You're created to do it. So why would you not do what God called you to do? You that is watching me, you that is looking at me, listen. Find what God called you to do and do it well. Why? Because you will not experience burnout, I promise you. And if you do, look for me and stone me. I will allow you to give me 3 stones. Okay, see you on the next one, guys.